You're there.
Call meeting to order. Oh, please rise. And I ask you to join me in a moment of reflection on the business that's before us this evening. And please join me in a pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, please take the roll.
Alderman Begley. Alderman Basso.
Here.
Alderman Violet.
Here.
Alderman Clifford.
Here.
Alderman Key.
Here.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Here.
Alderman McGovern.
Here.
Alderman McGrogan.
Here.
Mayor, City Clerk, Treasurer, and Lieutenant.
All right, fine. There's no special presentations tonight. Under the consent calendar, I have the approval of minutes of the City Council meeting from the December 20th, 2022, along with the approval of the payroll and the voucher list for the period ending January 13th, 2023. Need a motion to approve such.
So moved.
Moved by Alderman Violet, second by Alderman Key. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
All right, no sealed bids tonight. Under my report, actually no remarks, just a couple of three appointments that need to be made. Request to approve Bob Richlicki to the Planning and Zoning Commission for a 5-year term ending 1/17/2028. Someone make that motion, please?
Second.
Moved by Alderman Clifford, second by Alderman McGovern. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to approve Todd Burbasco to the Planning and Zoning Commission for a period of 5 years, expiring January 17th, 2028.
I'll make the motion.
Moved by Alderman McGovern,
Second.
second by Alderman Violet. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. And finally, a motion to reappoint Vanessa Sunta to the Public Arts Commission for a 3-year term expiring January 17th, 2026.
So moved.
Moved by Alderman
Second.
Key, second by Alderman Violet. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. And then we need to adopt a resolution acknowledging, as we've done every year, the Chicagoland Convention and Visitors Bureau as our convention and bureau record, agent of record. So someone make that.
moved.
Moved by Alderman
Second.
Key, second by Alderman McGovern. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. And finally, this is just a resolution asking for us to support the continuation of the TIF districts. There's been some fire down in Springfield the last couple of years. A couple of the representatives are trying to abolish TIFs, and we've got a couple of them here and have used them very effectively. So I'd like to make a motion to.
I'll make a motion.
Moved by
Second.
Alderman McGrogan, second by Alderman McGovern. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, guys. City Clerk, anything?
No.
No treasury report tonight. City Attorney?
No report.
Communications, anyone have?
Just a notice I got, Mr. Renaud Urban would like to wish everybody a thank you for the support of his father, who was taken ill over the holidays with COVID and pneumonia. And he's recently returned from a 10 to 14 day in rehab. He's home now and hopefully doing better. So we all would like to wish him a speedy recovery in his endeavors.
Very good. Thank you. Anybody else have any communications? Citizens wishing to address the council. Don't have any. Finance Committee, Alderman McGrogan.
Mr. Mayor, I don't have really anything to do directly with finance, but I was thinking that if the residents are watching, I would encourage them to contact their state rep and state senator, Bill Cunningham. I noticed today that the governor proposed raising the ComEd 18%, $1.7 billion in utility costs. And that goes along the lines with, there was also in the same article that I read that was out of a Crane's Business thing, they were saying that the two gas companies, NiGas and Peoples Gas, also in the hundreds of millions of dollars on the increases. And that 1.7 increase is an 18% increase for the average homeowner in Illinois over 4 years. And as you know, when we negotiated some of the contracts for some of the police, as an example, you know, our 4-year number was about 13%, if my recollection. So it's a high number on top of some of the other increases that they previously approved, which later were found out to be increases that should have never gone through to begin with, and guys are actually going to jail for that. And so, to me, at some point, I think we have to put some controls, or at least try to rein in these high costs for utilities. And, it's a long stretch out of my finance committee meeting, but I think that people, if they're not recognizing that, people are already complaining right now about their utility bills. So that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Public Safety, Alderman Basso.
Yes, Mayor. Item number 12 on the agenda calls for a motion to adopt an ordinance authorizing the sale of surplus vehicles, 3 2018 Chevy Tahoes, PBVs, numbers as listed on the agenda.
That was very good. You have to read all those numbers. Thank you. Is there a second to that?
Second.
Moved by Alderman Basso, second by Alderman Clifford. Discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Not on the agenda, but a couple items I'd like to mention. With our scam alerts, with the new interest in the lotto ticket sales, with the payouts as large as they are, it didn't take long for the scams to start running through already. I'd just like the residents to be aware that the lotto will not be calling you to tell you anything about the lotto, and they will not be calling you to tell you there's a secondary prize offerings. They'll not be calling you to solicit for sales of lottery tickets, and they won't be calling you for discount lottery tickets. So all those things are happening, plus I'm sure other scams are in the making or already in process. So be alert and be aware of that. If you're into playing the lottery, go to a registered outlet and purchase your tickets there. Also, I read with some dismay about the scams that I have mentioned in the past that are still hitting people and people are still falling for. I read with some interest a local resident was scammed out of a $400 request for payment using gift cards. And once again, you can't hear that enough. No legitimate business, no legitimate service, no legitimate government agency, the IRS or anyone else is going to call you and ask you to make payments with gift cards. So it's a simple thing to be aware of, but obviously everybody is not watching this program. So do your community service and tell your next door neighbor about that. Remind them that, that those things are happening, and we can spread the word that way, I'm sure. Also, the mailbox situation, U.S. mailbox situation isn't improving and it's getting worse. Once again, I'd like to remind everyone, if you have a bill to pay and you're writing a check, bring it to the post office. The post office has an inside slot where you can deliver your mail. Even if the post office is closed, you have access to that interior slot. It's advisable to bring your checks and your payments, if they're going to the U.S. mail, to the public post office. And piggybacking on some things that Alderman McGrogan just spoke about, real estate tax date has been pushed back a month. So the first payment for your real estate tax is now March, April 3rd instead of March. So that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Our city attorney said that one idea as far as not having your checks washed is to use an indelible ink pen. So
Can't be washed.
can't be.
Well, interesting that you should mention that, because things are running so sloppy that if you think of the word wash the same as I do, the crooks are not even bothering to wash anymore. From what I understand, one criminal that was caught in the Palos Heights check washing situation didn't even bother to wash the check, scratched out the information and wrote new information on there, paid it via the telephone photo, and the thing was cashed. And I heard that from a reputable Palos Heights citizen who had that scam happen to him. So I guess we all have to be alert, especially alert to try not to make any special opportunities or open opportunities for those that are in the bushes waiting to catch us. And that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Alderman Bigley said she did not have a report, so we go right to planning and zoning. Alderman McGovern.
No report.
All right. Recreation, Alderman Key.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to approve an intergovernmental agreement with School District 128 for use of rooms at Independence Middle School for the summer camp programs, and there's no financial obligation in this agreement.
Moved by Alderman Key,
Second.
second by Alderman Violet. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Key.
Yes. Then I'd like to make a motion to approve a proposal from Association of Nature Center Administrators for overall review and evaluation of operations, governance, and finances at Lake Catherine.
Moved by Alderman Key. Is there-
Second.
Second by Alderman Violet. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Then I'd like to make a motion to approve hiring J&M Displays Fireworks in the amount of $18,000 for July 3rd, 2023, Independence Day celebration. That's the same company that we've been using, same price.
Great.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Key, second by Alderman Violet. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
And then finally, I'd like to make a motion to approve Vermont Systems, Inc. Payment for the amount, it's an annual contract in the amount of $9,817.93 for the use of RecTrack computer system. That's what we use for all the scheduling at the rec department.
Moved by Alderman Keys, second by Alderman Violet. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
And that concludes my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Roads and Construction, Alderman Clifford?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to install a blue honorary street sign for former Alderman Dolores Komarski at the intersection of Carmichael and 76th Avenue.
Second.
Moved by Alderman
Second.
Clifford, second by Alderman, I think Alderman Basso seconded. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye. And a motion to implement a policy for honorary street sign naming program and application.
Moved by Alderman Clifford. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Basso. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman Key. Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
And a motion to direct city attorney to draft an ordinance amending chapter 76 of the city code schedule for stop intersections to create a stop intersection at the intersection of 125th Street and 72nd Court for north and southbound traffic.
Moved by Alderman Clifford.
Second.
Second by Alderman Lewandowski. Discussion? All in favor? Roll call? No, all in favor. Sorry. Just
Aye.
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Sorry.
And that's the end of my report, Mr. Mayor.
License permits and franchises. Alderman Lewandowski.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No report this evening?
All right. Alderman Violet, Water and Sewer?
No report.
All right. Business and Economic Development, Alderman Key.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Cable TV, Alderman McGovern.
Somebody's got to talk.
You, okay,
So-
go for it.
Not
So-
really.
Anyway, I'd like to give up the end of the year report for the cable TV. For the year 2022, Channel 4 has extended all of its goals, exceeded, all of its goals on purchasing, installing state-of-the-art studio equipment. We've added additional staff. We went from 6 to 10 volunteers. Each volunteer has been trained to work in various recording duties for both the studio and the location. Our team has worked 3,100 hours so far for Channel 4 operating this year. For the year, Channel 4 has produced 305 shows with a content that covered everything from local government, transparency, economic development with local businesses and including regional outreach, not-for-profit agencies. In addition, our coverage now includes monthly activities with information from our school principals, teachers, coaches, students from all our high schools and 2 of our local colleges. We've interviewed on Comcast Channel 4 or Channel 9 from AT&T, in addition to have received new average of 120 hours viewing a month, accessing the archive on demand. The YouTube shows the internet, and lastly, the Channel 4 team is currently relocating Channel 4's recording studio from the old dispatch center, and it should be in completion somewhere in January. Now, this letter was also sent to Comcast, and Comcast sends a letter back. It says, "Thank you for sharing your annual report for Palos Heights TV. The report is very consistent with the reports from previous years, and the city continues to operate an access channel that sets the standard for all municipal access channels in this area." And by area, it means the state. In addition to the high standards you maintain in the channel, I want to thank you for your leadership, guidance, and all other municipality entities that have reached out for assistance for you over the years and every year. I wish your team best luck for 2023. Thank you.
Well done.
Don't thank me. There's Ron John Jankowski back there. There's Carl Gurman back there. And the other 10, and I'll tell you right now, they are workaholics.
Yeah, there's something really we can be proud of, because it's an operation that's unlike any other in the whole area, for sure.
I do.
That's it?
That's it.
Thank you, sir, appreciate it. And thank you, Channel 4, for all you do for us, really appreciate it. Any old business tonight? Citizens asking questions? New business?
Just announcing, the Palos Lions asked me to announce to say thank you to everybody, all the residents, for a resounding support of the 2022 Xmas tree sale in support of families in need at that time. It was a great big success. It sold out in record time. So a big thank you to everybody that helped out.
Glad to do it. All right. Anything else? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Have a good evening.
Leave this one.